So I've popped back to the boat to do a little bit of cleaning. Oh, that noise is planes landing at the airport. Temperature's 10 degrees, which for us is cold. Supposed to get to a heady high of 14. As you can see, it's calm. Not surprisingly, I've got the aircon on heat. We're only limited 230 volt supply here, so can't run too much at once. Oh, I'm going to clean the heads, the bathrooms. So 10 degree water, I think it needs a bit of warming up. Right, I just head in the forward part of the starboard hull, all done. Okay, all the heads are cleaned and all the floors are mopped. We've got a bit of a southeast he's coming, which means it's blowing reasonably straight in. Oh, it's Wednesday morning, it's all action here. 3 barges, a digger, there's actually another one you can't see, and they've assembled the big crane. So this is the new Marina Trust Marina, downstream of the lifting bridge. So we've got a barge here full of mud. We've got a crane barge here, another barge here. Oh, that's currently empty of mud. So they use long reach diggers to dig it out. Up here they're putting rocks on the edge of the reclamation to protect it, because pontoons have been arriving. And behind the digger is the big crane, presumably to shift the pontoons in. Another digger there. And down the far end they're still putting fill in on the reclamation. So when we're looking at buying WAKAKAWA, we're wondering whether she might end up here, but just as well that wasn't a decision, because things ground to a halt for a fair while. But I believe there's now sold enough berths. So this is looking down the Hartier River. Over there's Docklands 5, or Dockland 5's Marina. And we've got Callum's Engineering, and then over the back there is Northsand, which is around the corner. I'm heading towards the boat. May get onto oil changes today, so I know I've got a truck, but I don't want them rolling around the back. So we've got oil, suction pump, and some empty oil containers for the used oil.
Is it a net? Is it a net? Does it end up with councils picking up far too much?
In a word, yes. The fact is that there is quite a significant cost on ratepayers to support the growth. So, you know, our view and government's view is that more of that cost should be shared by the direct beneficiaries of the development itself. And the developers. And yes, part of the development levy's idea is that it shifts a little bit of cost from mum and dad ratepayer into the development area. Yeah. So,
which will affect their metrics on where account bill as well, right? What about value capture, which the government is also proposing? How much might that impact, whether it's infill or other developments?
Well, it's part of the picture. It's a contribution. It's unclear to us exactly how big a contribution that might make. We're talking, as you can imagine, we're talking pretty major.
Oh, it's calm, thank goodness, because it's coldest day of the year so far. Big cold snap over the country. There have been some frosts in sheltered areas. We don't see any. We've got an outgoing tide. WAKAKAWA sitting where I wanted to be, not resting on the fenders. If the high cloud goes and the sun comes out, it could be quite a nice day. Main order of business today is to go into the port engine bay, which is there, and have a look at the diesel lift pump for the generator. Right, making coffee for morning tea. I've actually got the generator running and both air cons going. One to warm up a very cold boat, but secondly, if we do get round to doing the oil change on the generator, the oil's going to be warm, and the 230 volt supply to the dock is not enough amps to run 2 air cons, let alone 2 air cons and the jug at the same time. So we're currently pulling up to 14 amps. Variation is the coffee maker. Well, to fit my very slim body in, we need to disconnect the tiller arm. A lot more room now, especially if I push the tie bar across. I can get in without undoing it, but it's a bit of a squeeze. Right, I'm in here. So over the back here is the boost pump for the generator. So that's what I'm trying to get to, and of course there's an engine in the way. Looks like it's leaking. There's certainly liquid there. Tighten up the hose clamps on it. We'll see if that helps, because occasionally the generator won't start. It seems like a diesel supply problem. Well, while we're here, let's clean the raw water filter strainer for the main engine. This is the diesel filter for the generator. It looks absolutely fine. That's the primary diesel filter for the Yanmar. So there's the raw water strainer. That's not a problem, but Stuart can give it a clean. Right, there's the raw water pump for the Yanmar, so we'll do an impeller change on that. Right, so these are 8mm heads. I just use a socket, wire socket. Oh, here's the cover plate, and no significant wear. I'm always frightened of losing the screws. It'd be nice to have some captive way of keeping them attached to the cover plate. Right, so there's the impeller. It looks alright. Can't really see from where I'm sitting, but we'll take it out, change it. I've got another new one, and this can be a spare. Right, leave it off with 2 screwdrivers, and despite what I thought, we've got one missing vein. Yeah, I'm not going to pull the whole cooling system apart for one vein, because obviously it's still flowing water well at the moment. I'll replace it and then just check the water flow. Oh, that's gone. I need to replace the O-ring. Right, new O-ring. Just a bit hard to keep in its groove, but we'll manage. And we'll put some glycerine in to lubricate it. Oh, that's back on. A few more checks though before we fire up. Always worth checking to make sure all the stopcocks are working. So this is the one for the takes the engine heat to the calefont or water heater. That goes. Here's bilge pump 1. Yep, all good. This is the intake through the sail drive. I think the standard one's a crappy wee plastic thing, but that one's still good. Check the sail drive oil while we're here. It's good, it's not milky. I'll be changing the seals and on the sail drive when she comes out of the water. Engine oil. Come on, focus. Coolant's all good. And here's the coolant reservoir over there. Right, what else have we got here? So this is the rudder post. They've had a lot of boats that have had troubles with leaks down here. The two parts are sort of screwed together. This has been glassed in, no sign of leak. Big grey thing is the bag for the cockpit shower washdown hose to coil into. Start battery. All the electronics and the fire detector. And there's the exhaust lift. Over here are the switches for the shore power. Right, well, we'll fire up. I just loosened off the bolts on the pump, so there's still water got to the pump, so I think it's just because such long hoses between the raw water intake and the exhaust. Well, at least the pump's not running dry. Well, it was just a case of waiting a little bit longer. So I will go and do the same thing on the other side. Right, we'll just bring the high bars, a bit more of a problem here because here's where the steering cables come across, so we can't move it quite as much. Oh, there's a bit less stuff in here, so to not the supply for the generator, but the battery means the water pump's on the other side of the engine though. Well, same side, different side from where I'm sitting. Oh, I've got this one out. Started siphoning because I hadn't taken the top off the raw water. I just turned the stopcock on the supply out of the leg. So this one's actually intact, but we're going to replace it anyway. So here's a new kit. Right, we've done all the same things on the other side, checked all the fluids. Just washing the raw water strainer. This rudder post is also being fixed. This is the feedback for the autopilot. Together again, and then that's that job done. Still got to do an oil change at some stage, but I don't think we'll do that today on these ones. Might do the generator. And now just this one. Right, what's that, past 12? Stuart was very helpful. Bit of a southeasterly come up again. Quite warm. I'm in a t-shirt at the moment and shorts. The back of the cockpit's in the sun, of course. Lunch of champions, coffee and popcorn, and my helper, and a few tools. It's a damn sight colder up here out of the sun, so we'll get a few things out of there and do an oil change on the gen set. And my helper has had to go and do his proper job, so hopefully I've got everything I need without having to go backwards and forwards too often. Oh, there she is. I've seen a lot of her recently with the water pump trouble. So it's still warm from her run earlier. I just need to loosen the bolt here for the pump. Oh, I forgot to bring the pen to write the hours on the new filter. Certainly easy with the extractor pump that comes with the engine. So stuck her in an old oil container. Put the pump back on, 13mm socket. Better take it off, it's going to be easy to get the oil filter without it in the way. Right, now for this bit. I think we'll use 2 hands. It always pays to make sure you haven't left the seal behind. Managed that once on the last boat. Creates a huge oil leak. Well, I've lubricated the seal on the new one and we'll do it up. We need 1.6 litres of 15W40. This is what was in it already from last year. Oil's in, we'll just let it settle. Run it, then check it, and probably do with a change of coolant. Here's the overflow. Bit too much oil. No, I better pump some out. Right, well, it's to the full mark. I'll run it and then see. There's probably places the oil isn't able to get to at the moment. Check the oil. Everything else is good. Water pump's not leaking and it's working. Halfway. Perfect. Well, I'm having a relaxing afternoon tea, late afternoon, sitting in the sun. We managed to achieve a bit today. Still need to do the oil changes on the Yanmars, but very good afternoon.